Okay, I'm so nervous and I'm excited. I'm finally doing it. I've been wanting to start a booktube channel since April, and I tried YouTube before and it didn't work, but this year I decided I want to try booktube because I read so much and so many things have gone wrong. So like, fingers crossed guys that this one makes it to the screen and that people actually watch it. Okay, first things first, I'm going to do the Booktube Newbie Tag just so that you guys can get to know me a little bit and my reading habits, etc. So, why did you start this channel? I started this channel because I love to read. I've been reading pretty much all my life, except for the a couple of years of a reading slump, but we'll get to that. I love books. I love talking about books. I love, you know, buying books, borrowing books. I eat, sleep, dream, breathe books. I want to write books one day, and I just want to be a part of this community. I've fallen in love with it. I knew about booktube for a while, but I never really got into it until recently. I kind of stayed away before because I was scared of getting spoilers, because I hate that, and I don't really like knowing other people's opinion about things before I try them myself. So that's why I kind of stayed away. But then in April I found Kaylin's channel from Kaylin Abridged, and she just started out and I loved her style, and she didn't spoil books, and I just genuinely liked hearing her opinion about things, and her reading vlogs are amazing. They're just so aesthetic and calming and relaxing. And after that I found a few other channels that I really love, like Lexi. Recently I found Dizzy, I'm not sure how to say her name, I think it's Dizzy, her channel. Yeah, but I'll link my favorite booktubers down below if you guys haven't watched them yet. Oh, Brittany and Chloe, they're also really great and I love their channels. Sorry, my dog is scratching at the door. It'll probably stop soon, hopefully. Let me just go open the door. Okay, you guys want to sit by mom? Okay, he wants to be up there. Do you want to be on my lap? Do you want a lap? Come, Lily. This is Lilo and Stitch, by the way. Okay. Sit down. No. Okay. Are we gonna sit? Are we gonna sit? Okay. They're gonna calm down. Okay. So, yeah. I started the channel because I want to talk about books and make more bookish friends. Next question. What are some fun and unique things you can bring to BookTube? First of all, I don't really own a lot of books. Okay, that's a lot. I do, but they're in South Africa, and I've kind of lost track of the books that I own because they're boxed up. I'm currently living in Australia, and for the past 4 years I was living in Dubai. So I have a few books from there that are still boxed up, and I'll be unpacking them hopefully next month. I think I probably have about like 5 to 10 books in Australia right now. Ones that I bought while I was here, and then another couple that I brought with me. But I mostly read ebooks and audiobooks, and I've started reading library books. So I kind of just want to show everyone that you don't have to own like a massive bookcase with 1 million books to be a reader and to be able to read a lot. There's a lot of different ways to read, and all ways of reading are valid. And you know, maybe you guys can join me on building my own little library. We'll see how it goes. And I'm excited for that because I want to settle down and I would like to own some books again one day. These are all mostly from the library, but I wanted to have them here with me because, yeah. What are you most excited for about this new channel? I'm so excited to make new friends and to just interact more. I feel like even on Twitter and Instagram there's more interaction amongst the people who make videos. I don't know. And maybe if people see my personality like face to face, or like, well, face to camera, that will interact more. I'm also a little bit shy in reaching out to people, So I think this will be a good way to make more friends. And yeah, I've gotten really lonely moving to Australia. I don't know, I'm struggling to adapt. I've gotten a few friends at the gym, but even at university it's been a bit of a struggle. So yeah, I've kind of been lonely. And what better way to make friends than with something that we all love, right? Okay, next question. Why do you love reading? I don't know how to answer that really. It's such a difficult question. Reading has always been kind of a big part of my life. It was a way for me to escape when I was little. And I've moved around a lot as a kid, too many times I should say. And the thing that was always constant for me whenever I had to make new friends at school was my book friends. You know, it's easier now to stay in contact with people with social media and everything, so I have kept a whole bunch of friends, but my main friends have always been my books and my book characters. And that's why I always stuck to my favorite series so much, I guess, because I love those worlds, and those worlds would never change even though my surroundings continually kept on changing time and time again. Next, what book or series got you into reading? Well, it's gonna be cliche, but it's not cliche for me. Harry Potter started it all for me. I was living in England and I was 5 or 6 years old, and my mom bought me the first Harry Potter book, and I just learned to read recently, so it was a struggle for me to get through the first book, but I loved the movie and it just came out, and that's why my mom bought the book for me. And the rest is history, you know. I couldn't wait for the next one every time. We moved back to South Africa, so I couldn't really go to any like midnight openings or anything like that because it's a bit dangerous in South Africa. I don't know if they even do that kind of thing there, but if they did, I wouldn't have been allowed to, you know. But regardless, I still felt like it was a big part of the fandom, and it meant a lot to me. I was a little bit obsessed. I know like too much about the characters and their history, and I just loved it, you know. When Pottermore came out, when the games came out, I had it all. I didn't have a ton of the merchandise or anything because it's pretty expensive, but you know, Harry Potter is my first book love. And actually recently I had a bit of a big slump with my reading. In high school, around about 10th grade, I moved to a new school where there wasn't a library anymore, because that was my main source of books at the time. Because I went through them so quickly, my mom just said to me, I'm not going to buy you any more books, you have to buy your own, or you have to go to the library. And when I moved to this new school, I was so busy with my new dance classes and new friends and new experiences basically that I kind of stopped reading, and that carried on until 2016. That was probably, I want to say three years that I couldn't finish a book, and then I slowly started reading again in 2016. But I really started picking up speed again when I read the Firebird trilogy. I just fell in love with those books. The worlds were just so intriguing, and you could get so wrapped up in it, and I loved it. I loved the science fiction / fantasy vibes, and the characters were amazing, and I just really loved it. And the covers of those books are beautiful too. And then I read the first 2 books on Scribd, and then the third one wasn't there, so I had to go out and buy it. But yeah, it's definitely a series that I recommend, and I would say that got me over my reading slump. So I owe thanks to Harry Potter and to the Firebird trilogy. What questions would you ask your favorite booktubers? You know, mostly just, can we be friends? You know, and how do you stay motivated? I felt very self-conscious before starting this, and I guess watching other people and their growth really helped me to kind of overcome this fear I have, because at the end of the day, it's not about me or my face or if I make a funny, you know, expression or if people judge me for that. It's about what I'm reading and my opinions and how I feel about the books, and if I can bring some new books to BookTube that other people maybe haven't read. and even some self-published books. What challenges do you think starting a booktube channel will be the hardest to overcome? That is probably just myself and my motivation, and you know, sitting down and filming and then going to edit, and also remembering what I want to say. I've gotten tongue-tied so much over the past like few weeks of trying to film, and this is the farthest I've got, so it's looking good. Fingers crossed that I make it. When did you start reading? Probably since I learned to read. I think I was about 4 years old when I started in the British school system. We read like The Magic Key and stuff like that for school, and then from then my mom bought me books, and yeah, I was a bookworm ever since, except for the 3 years we will not mention. Where do you read? Most of the time I read on my bed or on the couch. Sometimes when I'm eating, like at the dinner table, if I'm by myself, you know, I'll read. I read at university because, like I said, I mostly read ebooks now because it's so convenient to travel with. So I can read pretty much wherever I want. If I can take my tablet, I can read. But I probably prefer my bed these days because the weather has gotten really, really cold. So yeah, at home in my bed with a blanket and a cup of hot chocolate or tea. And the last question, oh my goodness, we made it! What kind of books do you like to read? My first love in the book world of genres was fantasy and fiction, and that will always stay true to my heart. But when I started reading again recently, I expanded my horizons and I started reading some non-fiction because I want to learn more things. So I've been reading about any kind of hobby that grabs my interest. I want to learn more about gardening, about religions, about dog training, because these two naughty dogs of mine, they've settled down now, thank goodness. And bullet journaling and self-development. I also read a whole bunch of biographies, autobiographies actually, or memoirs kind of. And I loved listening to those audiobooks because a lot of the time it's the author that narrates it, and I find it so interesting to listen to someone tell me their life story, you know? What else? Yeah, contemporaries. I like reading quite a lot of things. I want to get back into reading some more thrillers. Yeah, but you guys will see and follow me on this journey, and I think it'll be really fun. Anyway, I think we're done now. Yay, we made it. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope it makes it to the internet. I'll try edit it today, maybe. I have a few things to do this week, but hopefully it'll be up by Harry's birthday, the 31st of July. That's kind of what I'm aiming for. Thank you so much for watching. Keep thinking, Inklings. I'm gonna sign off how I sign off on my blog. If any of you read my blog, you'll know. But thanks, Inklings. See you next time. Bye.